Don't fuck up the drums. You can do everything. Just don't.
Fuck! I'm very not comfortable in front of cameras, so yeah.
Just don't.
I'm gonna attempt to prove whether Travis Scott is right or wrong. Which is basically, if you don't fuck up the drums, you won't care about anything else. So here's my beloved Syntakt that I use all the time, and I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks on what I do when it comes to composition, especially when it comes to composing live. When I mean composing live, it's improvising on stage. So as for myself, I never prepare sets. I only do improvised stuff. So here's my take. So first of all, I always use the digital drum. Let's open up a new pattern. Here's one thing in advance. I think when it comes to live improvisation, being fast is one of the most important things. So get very good at your gear. Don't use 10 to 15 synths at the same time. First of all, carrying them sucks. Second of all, it's just too many knobs. If you narrow down your focus, I promise you the results are gonna be much better. So what I usually do when I start a set, I take these drums, boom, you get the 4 on the floor. Okay, that's very boring so far. So let's get this to a better sounding starting point. Okay, so this is getting heavy. So when you play in a club, some clubs have sound systems that actually go down in the low end enough that you can actually use the lower C, as you can see there. But in some clubs, that's not the case. So if it doesn't go down, like when you start, just listen first, whether you can hear the low end. If you don't, get it up to 7, which is a G. G usually works well with C, which is actually much easier to compose than, because you don't have to pay attention so much to the key. Keys are important in some genres, but in the style that I play, it's not so much in the focus. Maybe some people might actually have an objection to that, but yeah, well, this is my take on this. This is -7, that's a G, and that's the -12. So if that actually comes out of your speaker, good for you. But let's go with -7 so most of us can hear. Okay, so once we have this is a good starting point. And now, let's add a hi-hat. Let's make it short. Let's add some delay so we get the little, and then add some swing. We can right away add the shakers that we can make from the bits instrument. Pure noise. Noises are fucking awesome when it comes to sound design. Also because you can actually use the sample and the big reduction to create some nice automation. I love it. Let's go back to the kick and add some stuff. So if you put the decay down and you put it into conditional, so it's every second time, you get this nice dum 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 da da dum, and that's it. Basically, this move of putting down a conditional trigger, modifying some parameters so it gets groovy, is a really good take on how to add spice to your drum. So then comes one of my favorite tips. filter the whole thing down, and on the second, so where the snare should hit, so on the 5th, 16th note and the 13th, 16th note, put some resonance, which kind of substitutes the clap, but really not much, so we will still add the clap, but it just gives like a nice little groove, you know? And your head starts moving is the right way, so. You can add the clap, also add the conditional every 4th time, filter it down, so it's a bit more subtle. And then, another good tip is actually adding a snare on the floor, the same way as the kick, because that kind of gives you like you know, like a more detailed attack, or like more like a layer of attack that really just makes the sound kind of, you know, like hitting you hard in the face. So the way I usually do it is that you just listen to this and make this clap hitting hard and make it shorter. So when you hear this, just add a little decay, and maybe you can add some delay as well. Kind of gives this like effect. Okay, adding the envelope to the kick kind of gives this more bouncy feeling, and then you can add the clap back, make it really short and punchy, same way as the. And now we're gonna add the snare. Let's add snares to everywhere basically. Give them the fill conditional. Copy, paste, paste. And now when you hear the clap, or the snare, this is gonna be the snare. Great for transitions, especially if you add like claps as well to the fill. If this. And there you have it. And just as like a little spice thing, we can maybe add one more kick. Just very aggressive. A cowbell, obviously. Give that some delay. And then maybe just give the LFO to the tune. Make it slow. Make it slow. This this is how you create drums quick. If you're actually practicing this enough, this can take you like 3.5 minutes, relatively. And you have a good groove going, and then you can build up your set, add more layers, synths, new themes, copy, paste, whatsoever. So, yeah. Bye.